Welcome to District 6330's Noon Zoom for February 2021. Jess Quinn will share the excitement surrounding the 2021 Rotary Youth Leadership Awards.
Jess Quinn is actually a Rotary Youth Exchange alumni from our district, She went to South Korea in 2010. And after that, Jess got involved with the RYLA Seminar for Tomorrow's Leaders program here in our district. It's been running for quite a long time. Jess is going to tell you a little bit about it, but she got involved with the program and since then has been a very active participant and leader and is now one of the program's senior leaders. Many of you may know that the program was canceled last year due to COVID, but we are running it this year. It's going to be a virtual event. We're really looking forward to it. And before I give anything else away, I'm going to pass it over to Jess, who can tell you more about the program. Jess, go ahead.
Great, thanks, Kirk. So thank you very much, everyone, for welcoming me to your meeting today. I'm really happy to be here to talk about the Rotary Seminar for Tomorrow's Leaders. As Kirk mentioned, I am a Rotary Youth Exchange alum from 2010. So much like Kirk, it's been a little while, and unlike Kirk, my Rotary blazer does not fit anymore. I am also a former Rotaractor. I attended the University of Ottawa and was on the club executive for a number of years here. And I participated in the Rotary Seminar for Tomorrow's Leaders in 2012 as a student and returned in 2013 as a leader and have been involved since then. And as Kirk mentioned, I'm now one of the senior leaders and one of the coordinators. So we'll just quickly run through what the Rotary Seminar is. Many of you will be familiar with it or with the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards program, but it's a bit unique in our district. The Rotary Seminar has been running in our district since 1961, and it is based on the RYLA conferences, but we do things just a little differently. It is a leadership and skill building weekend for students. The goals are to build, enhance, and expand student leadership skills. We host students from across the district from high school grades, primarily in grades 10 and 11. And the students that we host are already identified as leaders in their school or community. So it's a great group of students that we have for a weekend in May every year. We have diverse guest speakers. We have interactive activities and thoughtful discussions with our students to have new experiences, gain new tools and skills, and think about situations and challenges that they might be facing in their school or community from a new perspective. This year, though, the RYLA seminar will be virtual. However, the goals remain the same. So our virtual seminar is happening this year on May 14th and 15th. We were disappointed to have to cancel last year's seminar, but it's given us time to plan for a virtual seminar this year. As I mentioned, we'll still be delivering on the same goals, just delivered a little differently. We're still planning on having guest speakers join us virtually, adapting some of our existing activities to a virtual format and adding some new ones, as well as having some smaller group discussions and breakouts on Zoom to allow for the same level of engagement with their peers as we'd have in an in-person seminar, because that's really where we get a lot of rich content from our students getting to share and engage with their peers to talk about the issues that they might be facing and generate some solutions. The Rotary Seminar will be taking place across a Friday afternoon and evening and a Saturday morning and afternoon, which is a bit different than we usually do. It's usually a full weekend. But we know that asking for a full weekend is asking a lot of our students, many of whom will be spending all day, all week on Zoom doing online learning. So we're condensing our agenda this year. And another difference this year is the cost. Typically, we'd have the overhead cost of renting space at Western University of feeding our students for a weekend. This year, it's a lot different. So the cost is only $35 a student as compared to about $400 per student for the in-person event. So we hope that that means our attendance will be really high and strong this year, and that Rotary clubs that typically have a budget set aside for the in-person conference will be able to send more students to participate. So for more information, the district does have a page for the RYLA seminar. It's linked here, and I can put it into the chat when I'm done speaking. Registration is open or will be open very soon, and there are additional materials and information on the district's website. And I'm also happy to take any questions, and I'll be staying on for the remainder of the call. And I apologize that I probably just spoke very quickly, but thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I just see in the chat here that registration is open now. So thanks, Kirk.
We're aiming for 100 to 120 participants. That's 2 per club. In the past, we have had several clubs that send multiple students, but we have had other clubs that either don't send any at all. So we're kind of aiming low, I guess, since it is our first year doing it virtually at 100 to 120. If we, zoom past that and we end up with 100, zoom, no pun intended, past that and end up with 150 or 200, I mean, the more the merrier, and we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there happily. So yeah, if you're thinking, every year our club budgets, a couple $100s for this because we normally expect to pay 400. So you're saying to yourself, well, let's send, that same amount worth of students, bring them on. We would love to have lots of participants. So we'll happily accept them.
Thank you for everything you do for Rotary, and have a great day.